Just Flexing TV.
Let's get ready to rumble!
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy J Flex. Welcome to another solo dolo podcast with Just Flexing TV, but you're solo with me. Listen, today I want to speak about something very, very, very important to me. The topic will be how I beat the old me. How did I beat the old me? Wow, that's a great question. I got a few things to say about that. How did I beat the old me? Listen, I lived a really, really fast life. So fast, I mean that I spent 5 years of my childhood from 5 to 10 in the Dominican Republic. So it speeds you up when you live in another country, believe it or not. I don't know if you guys ever experienced going to a third world country and growing up there or living there. But it definitely speeds you up in a way where you're like 10 years ahead of what your actual age is. So I was blessed with living with my grandfather in the Dominican Republic for those 5 years, and it gave me a base to the life that I have today. So it gave me kind of a base where my grandfather was very strict, is very strict, still alive, 94, is very strict, a very strict person, but he's also a righteous person. That's why he's strict. He only believes in the right thing to do, not the bad thing to do. So I was blessed in those 5 years with my grandfather's knowledge and wisdom, where he made me a wise person, a wise kid at the time. So growing up there and coming back here, I was already 10 years older than when I was 10, but I felt like I was like 16, 17, 18, because all my friends were 16, 17, 18. All my actual friends had to be home at 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock. I was working till 9 p.m. I was working at 10. That's the mentality that I had. When I went to go back from Dominican Republic to Boston, I decided to work. I played barely any sports. I actually just finished doing another podcast where I said something that my friend reminded me of. I regret not playing football in high school. That's one of my biggest regrets ever. Why? Because I think it's actually like a cool contact sport. I think I would have been a beast in some, I don't know what exact position. I think quarterback would be my favorite position because I feel like I have a really good arm. But that's one of my biggest regrets as a child. But it's because, why didn't I play football? It was because I had to work. I was a young kid, and I had to work. I felt like I had to work. My mom and my stepfather were stuck in the house, and I barely had my mom there because my mom was sick, going through drug issues and also physical issues. She had all types of surgeries. So I didn't have my mom physically there. Now she's good. Now we're good. But at the time, I didn't. So I always had to go get it. I always made money since I was a very young kid. So I always had the hustle in me to always strive for more. I think living in poverty kind of like showed me that I had to get it. Like, I only knew one way. It's just I have to go out and get it. And and that's something that's in my blood. Like, I just love the fact that money's kind of unlimited. We can tap into any money, anything, real estate. We have the freedom to tap into any type of business. Any type of business, especially if you are a multitasker. Like, the way I grew up made me a multitasker, right? I know many sports. I can do many things, and I'm blessed with that because I had no option. That's how I grew up. I grew up in the streets. And I'm blessed because I had my grandfather's knowledge. Having my grandfather's knowledge of what's right and what's wrong, I didn't do anything really bad growing up, besides hanging out with certain friends that loved to fight. We fought growing up. I'm not gonna lie. That was the thing that we did. it wasn't the thing that we did. It's just the thing that happened while we were out. We always hung out in groups. It was kind of like, when you look for trouble, trouble just comes. But as a child, as a teenager, you don't know. I knew what was right and what was wrong, but I thought, at the time that it's just we had to defend ourselves. So. And I left that in my teens. I haven't fought, since I was in my teens, thank God. But I definitely had a crazy run with certain friends. Man, we had some craziness in high school, craziness in my teens. Like, you guys in high school right now have no idea. You guys have it so good and so safe, somewhat. Compared to how it was when I was in school. Dude, when I was in high school, it was just craziness. They added cameras because of all, the few years around my years, we were just that crazy. But growing up with my grandfather, growing up with craziness, and still being a good-hearted person, I think that brought me this far, brought me to 37 and almost 38. I think also being wise brought me this far too. So, beating the old me. How did I beat the old me? Well, it came a long way, man. I learned. I don't know what happened. As soon as I hit 35, it was just like I got smacked with so many reality checks from God. God just been, still to this day, he's been like boom, boom, smacking me up, waking me up. So technically 2.5 years ago, I came across a page of Wes Watson's page. Wes Watson's talking, you can't have vices, you can't be drinking, you can't do that. If you're trying to become a leader, someone that's respected, you cannot do dumb shit. You can't drink. You can't be drinking every weekend and doing stupid shit. So basically it was a mixture of him, God used him. Believe it or not, God uses many people. When he's trying to prove a point, he uses anybody. So God used him. About a week later, I had it in a dream. God said to me, do you want to become successful or do you want to keep drinking? And that voice, I caught it. That felt so real that I caught it. And I instantly stopped. Well, this February, upcoming February, I have 3 years with no alcohol, nothing whatsoever, not once, nothing, because I acknowledged that that was a weakness of mine. It wasn't a weakness that I woke up and drank and before I brushed my teeth I was taking shots. No, it was a weakness because, especially in Miami, you go out, you eat, you have a drink, 2 drinks, 3 drinks, ends up to be 5 in the morning. Now you're getting home at 6, and it's a complicated domino effect that happens once, it could happen twice, and it could happen 3-4 times in a week. So to me, that was pointless. I saw no benefit from it. So I gave it up. And ever since I gave it up, and I gave it up to God, I'm telling you guys, it's been just insane blessings. Day after day, nothing negative, thank God, has ever happened to me compared to when I used to drink. Listen, guys, I'm not pressuring anybody to stop drinking. But if you want to change your life, just try it. Try 6 months, try a year, try 3 months, try a month. And I promise you're going to start seeing changes. Because the devil sneaks in when you're weak. Alcohol weakens the spirit. Basically makes your spirit disappear. The demons come in. That's why you say, oh, I act so crazy when I'm drinking. I do things that I don't normally do when I drink. Well, I wonder why. Because the demon's in you, baby girl. And you blaming it on the goose and it got you feeling loose? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a demonizer. The demons possess you. You get DUIs, you crash, you do stupid shit. Everything stupid happens after 12. Most of the stupidity happens after 11 p.m. You should be home sleeping. Don't get it twisted. You can have dinner with the family one night, go out one night, but constantly doing it every weekend, you cannot expect anything positive to happen out of that. Trust me. So I gave up drinking, and I felt like just the drinking part was 80%. 80%. of beating the old me. That right there, that discipline that I have with not drinking is beating the old me by so much, right? And then now, at the same time, I'm going to have 3 years in January consecutively working out. I've never done 3 years consecutively, ever. Now, in February, I have a whole full year. In August, I have a whole full year of working out every single day straight. So the thing is, I learned that in life we have non-negotiables. There's certain things that we cannot budge. There's certain things that we must do every single day. Example, you have to brush your teeth every day. You have to shower every day. You have to wipe your ass every day. Just like you have to pray every day. And you have to give God's time every single day. You have to work out every single day. You have to eat healthy every single day. You have to focus on your brand, focus on your business, focus on your family. Those are things that you have to do every single day. It's not, I don't know if I'm going to do this today because I just woke up like, I don't know, I'm going to do this today. It doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that. Good is not good enough anymore. You have to be fucking great or greater, because that good brings you nowhere. That 2-3 days at the gym brings you nowhere. That once a week chest day brings you nowhere. That once a week doing leg day brings you nowhere. You have to fucking work out once, twice a week, a day. If you have to, do more. You don't do enough. That's the mentality that I have. The mentality I have right now that beat the old me, this mentality says, okay, I'm going to the grocery store, or I'm going to Walmart, I'm going to Best Buy, I'm going to the mall. I park far and walk and get more footsteps in. That's the mentality I have. My building, I live on the top floor. Thank God. I live on the top floor. But the elevators were down. Guess what I did? I didn't hesitate. I walked down all the way from the 35th floor. But I got more footsteps in. You know, it's not about what you do sometimes. It's about what you do all the time. When I learn life, and I learn these little prophecies, and I learn from the top guys, the Myron Golden, the Alex Hormozy, the Gary V, all the top, Patrick Bet-David, all the top dogs, Bedros Keuilian, shout out to Bedros. Bedros is one of the reasons why I'm doing solo podcasts, because of Bedros. I admire him. Shout out to Bedros. I will be sitting with Bedros one day. Listen, Tony Robbins, Russell Brunson. Dude, these are people that are inspiring me to do this. Eric Thomas, these are people that are making me do this. They're forcing me to do this by their content. So I'm only beating the old me by doing more content, by working on me, right? I am going to inspire the world. I am going to impact the world in such a major way that your kids are going to be happy to know that I changed your parents' lives. To me, that's priceless. If I could change your mom or your dad and make him a better husband or wife or uncle or dad or brother or sister or whatever, if I made him a better person and you know that, that makes me happy. I'm trying to impact the world. I'm trying to change the world by giving you guys all my experiences on who I used to be versus who I am now. When I speak to this right here, I'm speaking to the old me. I'm speaking to the one that I wish I had a me, like me right now, back then. So I don't want you guys to feel some type of way of how I pursue and how I talk and how I speak, because yes, a lot of it sounds like I come at you rough or I come at you in a disrespectful way, but no, I'm just pretty much yelling at the old me. I'm battling with the old me. I don't never want to go back to that. I never want to go back to that person. All right? So I'm very strict because of my grandfather. with certain things. I don't like things when they're wrong. I like to do things correctly. I like to speak facts, speak the truth, because the truth will set you free. Guys, I beat the old me by having more discipline. I beat the old me by making my bed every morning. You know why? Because that shows responsibility and discipline. All right? I beat the old me in changing the time that I wake up. I wake up early in the morning by myself, no alarm. I beat the old me by giving up soda. I gave up soda. I only do Ollie-Pops. Ollie-Pops. I don't like the other one. Ollie-Pops. I beat the old me by eliminating dairy. I pretty much 95% don't eat dairy. I beat the old me. I've ate rice twice in almost 8 months. I beat the old me by giving up bread. I used to eat so much bread. I beat the old me by working now, and I beat the old me by doing things that I never liked to do, because that's where there's a key. That's the next level. When you work on things that you're weak in and you strengthen them, that brings a whole new level of you. Guys, focus on you, invest in mentors. It's very important. A coach, a mentor, similar. Invest in people in your field. Whatever you want to do, make sure you pick the top 3 and you invest in them and you learn from them until you get to their level. Guys, that's the level that I'm in. I'm in a transition stage. I listen to me. Listen to me carefully. I was a walking dead person at 35 and before. I became alive ever since God touched me. Ever since I went to VU, shout out to my church. Ever since I touched in that church, my life completely changed, and I finally found my purpose. I was destined to be in Miami, to change a lot of people's lives, because Miami is one of the most filthiest places if you let it drown you. I moved down here, God moved me down here, because I knew I was going to beat the old me. Listen, I'm in Miami. I have a lot of power. I know a lot of people. I have a strong personality on social media. I could do whatever I want. But guess what? I choose to do the right thing. And the power is in when you know you could be out clubbing, and you know you could be out in the streets or in the strip clubs or in the yachts or in the boats or in the cars or doing all this crazy stuff. But I choose to stay home and build my future and build others. I want to build other people. It's not just about me. When I understood my purpose that God gave me, podcast, my credit repair company, my business funding, and my future hustler community, where I'm going to create a bunch of soldiers under my wing. Guys, get ready for what's coming. I am telling you, I beat the old me by learning my purpose, by listening to God, by walking in faith, believing in God, and asking in God, and God answering me. He told me that I must do this for you guys nonstop, and I'm never doing enough. Guys, subscribe, like, share, engage, so this can go out to many people and we can change a lot of lives together. That's all I'm asking. I don't want any money. All I want is to change people's lives. This right here is my community where I want to grow and change as many people's lives as I can. So please, for your boy, J Flex, like, subscribe, share, save, comment, send it to your mom, your cousin, your sister, your brother, your boyfriend, whoever needs to hear this. Guys, I love y'all. Take care. Boom, another episode of Just Flexing TV wrapped.
Just Flexing TV.